Hello, welcome back to the Jeevers Golf Channel. My name is Hans Jeevers. I'm a fantasy golf contributor for ProGolfNow.com and Fansided.com. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you coming by. If you're one of my subscribers, I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. If you don't mind hitting that like button, that'd be outstanding. And for those that are stopping by for the first time, I hope you continue to do so. I can't tell how much I appreciate those that are kind enough to drop by and listen to what I have to say about DFS golf. So this week we have the Tour Championship. It's the last tournament of the season. This event is rather unusual in nature comparatively to other events on the PGA Tour. You only have 30 players in this field, and the PGA Tour has it set up where the FedEx Cup leader, in this case will be Dustin Johnson, will have a significant advantage over the field when he enters the tee box on the first hole. He'll be up by 10 strokes. I should also note that this event is a Friday through Monday event, and unusual in the fact that most PGA Tour events are Thursday through Sunday, so keep that in mind. The first round won't occur until Friday. So this particular golf course has hosted the Tour Championship in Atlanta, Georgia, the East Lake Golf Club, every year since 2005. This course is a par 70 that measures 7,346 yards. Rather than going round and round in circles regarding the course setup, etc., let's just get right to things. My selections, I'm going to touch base on an article that was published today on ProGolfNow.com. I can't put a link in the description box as YouTube frowns on that. So if you don't mind going to ProGolf Now or just typing in Hans Jeevers, you can go right to the site on a search engine. Also, I make sure to post all of my content on Jeevers Golf, at Jeevers Golf rather, on Twitter. So you can also go there to check out my content. All of my content is free, absolutely free to check out. So as I mentioned, the leader in the FedEx Cup, which will be Dustin Johnson, starting Friday, will have a 10-stroke advantage. He has a significant price bump on DraftKings because of this staggered scoring before the first ball is hit. So you need to keep that in mind as you're composing lineups this week. I am going to fade DJ. I love the way he's playing, but he's just too pricey for me. And I'm going to go with the next guy on the board that is playing out of his mind, and that's the 25-year-old Spaniard, Jon Rahm. And of course, as you probably know, he had an outstanding 66-foot putt to win last week's event, the BMW. Really impressive stuff. But more importantly, it's not just one putt here. I mean, the guy is playing unbelievable. He's a great talent, as those that follow golf on a regular basis already know. But he has 2 wins in, I believe, his last 5 events on the PGA Tour. Let me take a look at that. Yeah, 4 top 13 finishes in his last 5 events, including 2 wins, which would be the 2020 Memorial Tournament and the 2020 BMW Championship. And I should mention that the Memorial Tournament he won, Jack Nicklaus hosts that event, and he always makes sure it is a major-esque type golf course. So for him to win there is quite impressive as well. We're not talking John Deere Classic there. So in relation to this week's current listed 2020 Tour Championship field, in the last 12 rounds played on the PGA Tour, Rahm ranks second in strokes gained ball striking, second in strokes gained tee to green, and first in strokes gained off the tee. I'm leading off my DraftKings selections with Jon Rahm at a price of $12,700. He will start off Friday's round in second place. I believe he will be at 8 under par. So he'll be right on the heels of Dustin to start things off. Next up on DraftKings, I'm going with American Xander Schauffele, the X-Man. Outstanding player. I'm not sure he gets enough publicity. He's going to win some big majors, big tournaments, major tournaments. Before you know it, yes, I know he's won some very important tournaments already, but he has not won a major championship. I believe he's won the Tour Championship, this particular one in 2015, I believe. But he's right on the heels of doing something impressive maybe next month at the U.S. Open. but I think he can. He's one of the few guys that's going to be far back. He's going to be at -3 to start the round on Friday. And he's one of the few I think really has the firepower to really come and catch these guys that are significantly ahead of him. He comes in on the slate at $8,900. Xander arrives at this event on the heels of 7 consecutive top 25 finishes, including a 6th-place result at the WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational a month ago. I just mentioned I also like the fact that Schauffele has played well in previous years at East Lake. As a matter of fact, last year he finished 2nd here at the Tour Championship. Next up, I'm going with American Tony Finau. He comes in on the slate at $8,200. He has 3 career top 15 finishes at East Lake, where the Tour Championship is held on an annual basis, and he finished 7th at last year's 2019 Tour Championship. Finau has played 19 events on the PGA Tour this year. In those 19 events played, Finau has 7 top 10 finishes, including a 2nd-place result at the Waste Management Phoenix Open, which he narrowly missed winning. He lost in a playoff to Webb Simpson. Next up on DraftKings, I'm going with Scottie Scheffler. The American has been really showing his talent level, really playing some great stuff. He has 4 consecutive top 20s on the PGA Tour, including a 4th-place result at the PGA Championship in August. Next up, going really down the board here, remember the staggered scoring that'll start on Friday. Kevin Kisner, native of South Carolina, $6,800 on DraftKings. The 36-year-old American has 2 top 4 finishes in his last 3 events on the PGA Tour, including a 3rd-place result at the Wyndham Championship 3 weeks ago. In relation to this week's current listed Tour Championship field, in the last 12 rounds played on the PGA Tour, Kisner ranks 5th in strokes gained ball striking, 4th in strokes gained putting, and 2nd in strokes gained approach. Lastly, going way down the board, looking for some value, I'm going with the Canadian, Mackenzie Hughes. He hit a putt last week to get him inside the top 30 so he could be playing this week. The Canadian arrives at this event on the heels of 2 consecutive top 13 finishes, including a 10th-place result at last week's BMW. I think Hughes presents outstanding value at that price point. As I mentioned, this DraftKings article is already out there. Feel free to go check it out. About halfway through with my FanDuel article, which will be published on Fansided. It will come out in the morning, and I'm leading off my FanDuel selections with Webb Simpson. Webb has 2 wins this year, and he's been playing some outstanding golf. I think he could get overlooked a little bit with these 2 big dogs playing so great, that being Jon Rahm and Dustin Johnson. He has multiple top 5 finishes here at East Lake. That would be Mr. Simpson, and I think he can play some outstanding stuff here this week. Daniel Berger is another guy I'm going with on the FanDuel slate, and I don't have the pricing sitting right in front of me, but the article will be out tomorrow. And Berger playing great stuff. He won the Charles Schwab Challenge in June, and the guy, if you look at his statistics over the last 24 rounds, and Berger really playing outstanding, consistent golf. Some people may look at his swing and look at it as somewhat unorthodox and want to look like, hey, I don't know if I want to get to this guy. Maybe I should go with someone else. Don't look at the swing. Look at the stats. Look at the results. The guy is playing outstanding, and I think he's somebody that could come in to the top 10, top 5 of this event from way back in the field. So we'll leave it at that. Be sure to go check out my content on fansided.com, progolfnow.com. My name is Hans Jeevers. All of my content is free. It's not $10 a month, etc., etc. It's all free. So thank you for dropping by. I sincerely appreciate it. You know, mind hitting that like button. It helps me out greatly with the algorithms with YouTube and making my content pop up more often. And why don't you go down in the comment section. Tell me what you think of my picks. Who do you think is going to win this week? But I'm really looking forward to the Tour Championship this week. Hopefully we'll get an outstanding finish. I don't know if it can match last week, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for coming by, and you take care and have a great rest of your week.